All right, folks, this is our main event, a 30-minute Ironman match for the Dream Masters BA MMA Grand Prix Championship. Due to timing, we have cut out the entrances because this is an Ironman match, folks. Whoever gets the most pinfalls or submissions within 30 minutes will be declared the champion and will end this feud, short-lived as it is. As Noah the Nightmare with a nice ripping headlock there on the Superduck, and now locking in some hold here. Watch out, submission hold locked in. I don't know what that is, but Noah has got the Superduck locked up in something. He's at great disadvantage, but luckily Russell able to use his size difference and into an ankle lock by Russell. This is a page out of Tyndale's book. He likes to use the ankle lock normally. And Noah feeling the effects of that ankle lock. And there is the Dragon Sleeper that Russell has gotten many victories, including the last time these two encountered each other. This was very much a deciding factor. And Noah this time able to use his knees to break the hold. Backbreaker. Now that's a backbreaker. He's wrenching on the back of the Superduck. Noah's done his homework since the last time these two have met. Opposite sides of the pond, ladies and gentlemen. Noah Tyndale, hailing from Liverpool. Superduck, hailing from the USA. And a proud young man, as both are. Both extremely tough in their own right. As Tyndale on fire here, got the champion down. But one thing we know about both these young men, you cannot count them out. The last time this match happened, it was an absolute slugfest between these two. Russell trained in Greco-Roman wrestling as well as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Tyndale, Noah the Nightmare Tyndale, on the other hand, from Liverpool, England, trained in multiple things from Jiu-Jitsu as well as some Muay Thai and wrestling, grappling, and whatnot, as well as boxing. And there's that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background coming in to help out again, Grayson Russell. He's got that locked in. Notice how his legs wrapped around Noah too, so he can't really get around anywhere. Into the pin. And getting a 2 count only. We told you guys this was going to be a clinic, which is why this is also the main event, folks. These two young men have tremendous heart and resilience and tremendous athletes. He's got a baseball bat to the back of Noah Tyndale. That just seemed to aggravate the young man from Liverpool, who goes in for the ankle lock. And he's got that leg lock. Look how he wraps it around. The Superduck, far away from the ropes. Puts a lot of pressure on the legs. If you can't stand, it's hard to get some balance and some leverage. Tyndale into the cover. And picks up the first fall, folks. Challenger picks up the first fall in this encounter. Baseball bat. As Russell getting a dose of the old medicine. And down he goes. Tyndale does have quite a temper, folks. So, it's to say the least. And Russell now has Noah locked in that Dragon Sleeper. which I can tell you is not something that Noah wants to get locked in to. And now Grayson Russell has evened the score at 1 apiece. And now with the baseball bat again coming to play, nailing Noah into the ribs. Nailing him. That baseball bat. Oh, Tyndale still keeps getting up. Russell wearing out Noah with the baseball bat. There are no rules here, I suppose, but he is leveling Noah. Vicious. And Noah, despite all that, locks in that modified Anaconda Vice. Russell might have burned himself out with all those shots. Uh-oh, Noah now. Bending Grayson's arm in ways it's not meant to be bent. These fans are just as sadistic here at the Monster Mania Countdown Arena. As Noah again goes for the ankle lock. Locks it in. Look how he lays down and wraps his legs around Grayson's leg, so he can't have lack of places to go. Noah's got it locked in deep, but releases the hold and gets a fall. And now the challenger is up by 1 point. And right just like that, the Superduck strikes back. These two are so evenly matched. And there's the Dragon Sleeper, looking for the submission. And Noah, no point but to tap there. So Grayson Russell gets the first submission out of these two. And now going back with that baseball bat, and Noah says no. Noah grabbing that baseball bat out of the hands. And there goes the baseball bat. Noah trying to figure out what he wants to do here. Russell might be out. So Noah picks up another fall. He knew Russell was down. Now going for another toy. And Russell doesn't want to get any more toys put into this thing, that's for sure. Now baseball bat again, and Tyndale, what a move there. Oh my. How about that strike? No using athleticism. And now going in for a figure four leg lock. That is a wrestling maneuver. Oh no, wait a minute, it's a figure 8. Look how he poises himself up. Oh no. Another fall for the Nightmare. And the Superduck. Maybe. And now locking in that other submission that Noah has. Noah's not wasting any time in between shots. And there's a submission. Noah gets a submission himself now. And now nailing him with that baseball bat we've already seen. There's a straight kick from the Superduck. And now going in for that Dragon Sleeper is the Superduck. And Noah tapping again. That Dragon Sleeper has really came in to help the Superduck. Look at that Pele kick by the Superduck. And picks up a fall. So just like that, these two evenly matched. And this is why this is our main event, folks. as Noah somehow, some way back into this thing again. Another ankle lock. He's already got a submission out of this once before. Those long legs of Grayson Russell has no point but to tap. That is another fall for Tyndale. Goes up to 6. Russell has 4. And now those strikes by Noah off the rope. Oh, nice takedown by Noah. A lot. Figure 4, figure 8, perhaps again. We've seen him do this once before earlier in the match. That's tremendous amount of pain in the neck and the legs. No matter how much you condition yourself for this, it's extremely painful. And by the way, these two young men both wearing the crimson mask, so to speak. That's how tough they are. Another fall for the Nightmare. Going for the ankle lock again. Superduck hands away from the ropes. The reason why Noah's laying back there is so the Superduck can't reach out and grab the rope using all of his body weight, and that causes the tap submission again. The Nightmare, and now the Superduck back up. Oh, grazed him with that kick. I don't know if he got all that kick. I think it might have paid a little bit better off for him. The challenger is up by 4. These two young men, tremendous athletes, respect to both of them from across the pond from one another. As the Nightmare now bending the Superduck's arm in ways it's not meant to be bent. Knees to the lower back as well. Collar elbow tie up, sending the Superduck back into the ring. Pulling himself up and right back to the ankle. Look at this. We're seeing almost like pit bull status, and the referee's not paying any attention. Referee, I don't know what he's looking for, but the referee not minding the match. And again, the Superduck having no choice but to tap. And now going in for a cover. And another fall. Noah up to 10. 17 minutes and 10 seconds into this match. Kendo stick. And Superduck came out to meet him, but not quite quick enough. Ooh, there's a standing side kick, however. Superduck has the baseball bat, and Noah chases him down. Snap nair, another dragon sleeper by the Superduck. Russell's got got the torque there, and there's a submission again. Unbelievable. So now he's only down by 5, the Superduck. And we know in history, both these young men have tremendous heart, resilience, and willpower. And put on a clinic every time they're involved here. And if you're a challenger, waiting to challenge one of these two, what are you thinking? Oh, beautiful strikes there by Noah. Oh, and a standing side kick. Noah also a very accomplished soccer player or football player for the world audience. Trying to figure out what to do next, perhaps. Going for that modified Anaconda Vice. Noah has got that locked in deep as well. Superduck not tapping out, but goes in for the cover. And picks up another fall. Superduck getting measured now by the Nightmare. Ankle pick, going in for the ankle lock. This has come to, some people might be, annoyed at the fact that they're going to the same things, but listen, as I can tell you as a competitor, if something's not broken and it works and it's effective, don't change your game plan if it works. As Noah the Nightmare feeling pretty good about himself. Superduck getting to his feet, sort of. Now going back to work on the arm, bending the arm, hyperextending the shoulder. And into the cover. And another fall for the Nightmare. Watch out. Knee strike. That's where that Muay Thai comes in handy. Learning how to do the precision of the knees and the striking. Now hyperextending that shoulder. Hard to put on that dragon sleeper if you don't have an arm to put it on. And now going again back to the ankle lock. The Superduck only inches from the ropes. But because Noah is putting all of his body weight to the center of the ring, it is hard for Grayson to move there, which is resulting in the fall. And there's another pull. Noah at the lucky 14, and Superduck catches him with an elbow and back into the dragon sleeper. And this has come in handy for Grayson Russell as well. Because he's already had success with it, as he just picks up another fall, of course he's going to try to go with what works. And Tyndale, absolutely unhinged. Almost as if nothing ever happened, catches him back into that modified anaconda vice. Into the cover. Another fall for the Nightmare. Calling elbow tie up. Grayson Russell gets kicked in the gut and puts on the brakes. Russell fires back. We know the heart and the will of the Superduck. Snap there. Catches him with a kick right to the side of the head and into the cover. And that's a fall. And the Superduck with 7. Now going back to the dragon. Look at this. No wasted motion. Gets him back into the dragon sleeper that he's already had success with. And because of the size difference and the wrapping the legs, much like Noah does, hard for him to go to it, and again locks himself in the dragon sleeper. And the Superduck starting to surge with 12 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to recover. As Noah now sent to the corner. And the Superduck, the current champion, loading up. Vicious strikes. Down goes the Superduck. Down goes the Nightmare. And the Superduck starting to surge. Superduck in 2022, since joining the roster, has put down many people who come for the BA Championship. A fall for the Superduck. He's only down by 5, folks. And he locks in that dragon sleeper again that we already know has helped him get victory after victory so far. This time releasing the hold. Noah refuses to tap. The will of these two young men is resilient and a true showing of what intestinal fortitude is. Personified. Double knees to the spine. Watch out. Ooh, and Russell with a knee strike of his own, getting a little retribution on Noah. Noah, that'll wake him right up. There's a dragon leg screw there by the challenger. Russell's down. Shot to the lower back. And now, Superduck's going to lock him into whatever this is. The Nightmare Factory. Locked in by the Nightmare. Look at the torque this time. And, yeah, Grayson was in a very bad positioning there. As great shape as Russell is in, that looks extremely painful due to the size and the angle in which his body's forced to sit on, which is not, look at this, reaching back on it, wrenching it in. The Superduck might be in great, tremendous shape, but your body's not meant to bend in certain ways. is the Nightmare lining it up. Superduck on the ropes. Both these two young men, fan favorites. Both members of the F4L side of the group. And the Nightmare picks up another fall. This has been a clinic in wrestling and competitiveness between both young men, as the Nightmare going back to the Nightmare Factory. Oh, just the positioning. It's not human to be pulled that way, resulting in the submission. And I don't know, the fact that he's going for it again, the referee not even paying any attention at this point. Oh, just another submission. This Nightmare Factory maneuver that Noah's been doing has come in helpful, much like the Superducks. Uh-oh. Take down there. There's that modified Anaconda vice now locked in on the Superduck. And Tyndale this time gets a submission with that one. And I think that was the first time that has resulted in a submission on that one. But now he's putting on a clinic on what he can make Grayson tap out to. Here is the ankle lock that has come in very handy in this one. Noah very smart to know where to put the positioning in. No submission that time, but into the cover. And this is absolutely unbelievable. 8 minutes, 10 seconds. Look at this. Side headlock, utilizing his own strength on that one. Uh-oh. Superduck blocks dragon leg screw. Grayson Russell might be one of the best strikers in the U.S. as Nightmare just caught Superduck and power slammed him to the mat. And Superduck tossed out of the ring by the Nightmare. Into the cover. And another fall, this time on the outside. Back elbow strike. And the Superduck sending Nightmare back into the ring. And the champion sends the challenger to the corner. And now lighting him up with those boxing blows. I didn't know he knew any boxing, but he does. He's using it. Down goes Tyndale. Whenever you're in a situation where your title's on the line and you're fighting ultimately, you need to pull out all stops. And the Superduck picking up a fall. With 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. Oh, and the Nightmare planting Superduck into the cover. Might have knocked all the air out of the lungs on that one. That's exactly what it was. And Russell, who's tremendous at, look at this, just catches him in the Dragon Sleeper. And this, again, we know, has been very effective for the Superduck. And look how he's got Noah torqued. He's positioned him and releases the hold into the cover. And Noah gets a shoulder up. Superduck can't believe it. Grayson Russell being pulled to all stops. Look at that leg drop. Springboard leg drop off the ropes into the cover. And there's another fall for the Superduck. 12. Kicks to the face. Shots to the arms. Going back to the Dragon Sleeper. Locked in deep. Noah's only fingertips away from the rope, by the way. But look how the Superduck positions him so he can't get the rope and gets the tap instead. Superduck starting to surge again. Sends the Nightmare out of the ring. Superduck not wasting any time, right back after the Nightmare. Right hands. And Noah with a open hand chop. Is this oh, butterfly, I don't know what that was, but he tossing the Superduck to get another fall is what it was. The Nightmare is surging in this one. Look at this takedown by the Superduck. Oh my goodness. Beautiful maneuver there. Paintbrushing the Nightmare. And there it is, another fall. Measuring the Superduck, measuring the Nightmare. The Superduck going back to the Dragon Sleeper on the outside of the ring this time. Trying to get the position for the Nightmare, and that's another tap for the Superduck. Literally picking the Nightmare up, but you cannot rest with the Nightmare, which was it's not like the Superduck to make a mistake like that, but he was trying to get some energy from this crowd, and the Nightmare made him pay for it. And now, really going to make him pay for it, crossface. A Superduck with a crossface, and it results in another submission. Sometimes when the challenger comes into a match, they have no choice but to pull out all stops. Ooh, the Superduck with a right hand breaks whatever the Nightmare had. Spinning kick to the face and into the cover. And there it is. It's going to be an inside cradle by the Nightmare. Unbelievable. The Nightmare picking up an inside cradle. The Superduck can't believe it. After just losing a fall, Nightmare not losing any heart, comes right back in and gets the inside cradle for the pinfall. Hyperextending the elbows and the fingers and whatnot. Extremely painful. Noah's starting to fire up, but again with the Superduck, you can't make that mistake. Oh, the Noah with a kick right to the ribs. Oh, look at that step up strikes into the kick. Precision. And now into the crossface again. And if you are a challenger who is wanting to get the title next, this is what you get to look forward to. And also, we have our Open MMA tournament we're going to have in June, and both these young men will be involved in that tournament. Something to be seen there, and based upon how tough these young men are, should give you an example of what's to come. As Noah catches up another fall. An absolute clinic in wrestling and heart and will by both young men shown. They're going for that arm bar. I don't remember the last time I've seen a Ironman match go into double digits, but these two young men are doing just that. As the Superduck's got Noah on the apron, misses off the barricades. Noah just has to hang on, really. At 1 minute and 29 seconds. Goes in for another count. Is he going to get the 30? He does. Unbelievable by the Nightmare, who's on a different playing field right now, folks. Imagine coming, if you would, all the way across the world to be taking part. Look at that move. Nightmare pulling out all stops. Nightmare had to come all the way over across the pond to take part in this match tonight here, to compete in this. And already having to not care about the field. And then this crossface locked in. The Superduck is incredibly tough, folks. You cannot take anything away from the champion. With 39 seconds left, the Nightmare is giving everyone in the locker room nightmares, as the Superduck, as hard as he might fight, it is unlikely that he can catch with 20 seconds left that he needs to get at this matched up. Nightmare from across the pond, tossing the Superduck around. Look at this. Into the cover. Not needed. What an absolute clinic by both young men shown. Heart, will, guts, determination. And in the end, look at this armbar. Both these young men came in for a fight tonight. And they definitely earned the respect from one another. The Superduck fought as he could as the champion coming into here. But the Nightmare came in ready for this encounter. This is the third time now these two have met. And at least for now, is the last time for a little bit. As Grayson Russell, this was an absolute bloodbath. Bats used on both individuals. Both young men bloodied and wearing the crimson mask, so to speak. Look at this figure eight leg lock. Both young men using maneuvers they haven't used before. And Noah, the Nightmare Tyndale, again sits on top of the throne.